My name's Eddie Going. I just wanted to do a quick video on a couple of the questions I get asked about my crazy magic hair system. Question number one, can people see the lace on your head? Okay, first let me say this. There's so many different kinds of systems that you can get. For the most part, you want to find the one that not only works for you with regard to your physical activity, with regard to your style, your color, your way of life, but you also want to make sure that it's relatively undetectable. Now, don't forget, this is a hair system, and it's a bit of a partnership with your stylist if you're using a stylist, and it's about you learning how to take care of it yourself, especially if you're only doing it on your own. If you look closely, because you know this is a hair system, and I'm doing a video on Q&A, you'll be able to spot it immediately. But to be honest, to the naked eye, if you're not open about wearing a hair system, most people will have no clue that you're wearing one, okay? So your question of, can you see the lace? No. Now, over a couple of weeks of not really taking care of it or not maintaining your system, will your system eventually begin to come up? Yes, it will. And then you will immediately be able to see something here isn't right. So does that answer question number one? Question number two, is it breathable and can you wash it? So having gone through a couple of different types of systems, we have lace systems and poly systems, also known as skin systems. The lace systems, in my experience, are super breathable. If you sweat, the sweat sort of goes through them and into the hair, off of your scalp and into your hair. And when you wash the lace systems, the water runs through the lace. The poly systems, which are called skin systems for a reason, they look like and feel like skin. So they do look, in my opinion, a bit more realistic, but they do trap sweat under there. I've even noticed at times, now this is a lace front poly combo system, which is my personal favorite. This is the Neo system from Lordhair. With strictly skin systems, while the hairline does look incredibly flawless, I've noticed that if I go like this and press, sweat will shoot out. It does feel kind of cool, but it is a little bit gross because I don't know how long that sweat has been bubbled inside of the skin system. Now, if that doesn't bother you, or if you're doing reapplications on your own relatively often, then that's not an issue for you. Now, when we say breathability, that all depends on how active you are. A lot of the groups I belong in on Facebook for hair loss, a lot of people, and it's a sign of the times, are incredibly boastful with how often they exercise. Some people exercise 10 times a week, which is a lot. There's only 7 days in a week. So I feel like when you have a very active lifestyle, that's going to play a role in how often you're having to do reapplications, because sweating through lace systems and poly systems every single day, a couple of hours a day, is going to wear down the system. I also have this school of thought. From the second the system is applied onto your head, it's sort of loosening, meaning you're going to go to sleep that night. You might shower within 24 hours after the system's been applied. You're supposed to shower after the first 24 hours, or not until at least 24 hours. It's slowly working its way toward the next reapplication, if that makes sense. Similar to when women add in hair extensions. They're not going to stay for months and months. They're going to eventually work their way out. The hair underneath is growing, whether you're sweating from physical activities, from hiking up a flight of stairs, from being intimate with your partner, going for a long bike ride. It's incredibly hot outside and you're sitting on a rooftop in New York City. The sweat is going to play a role in the system coming off. Can you wash it? You can wash it 24 hours after you have it put on, adhered to your head. You can wash it after that. I personally give a deep wash at least once every 7 days in order to maintain cleanliness and in order to bring the system a bit back to life. However, washing it can sometimes cause color to fade a little bit, just like the sun can oxidize the system if you're out in the sun for long periods of time. It's not easy. If having the system was extremely easy, everybody would fucking do it. Is there a bad odor? That's question number 3. Is there a bad odor? All right, so if you have not cleaned the system and you're working out several hours a day, really rigorous exercise, and then you remove the system after a couple of days, there will be a sweat and an odor. If you're generally a smelly person to begin with, then yes, it may be worse. Is someone going to be able to smell the system if they get close enough to your head after a ton of physical activity? Maybe, yes. So the key is be smart about your activities, be smart about your maintenance, and there won't be any odor. When the tape breaks down and it mixes with the oils of your body and it mixes with the sweat, yeah, there's definitely a smell. I'm not gonna lie.